Good to see you again here in Module 5 of the Weight Loss Masterclass, Real Life Hacks to Get Fit in 2021. This module is all about getting resilient. This is the second characteristic we need to have and develop. We need to get resourceful, we need to get resilient. I'm going to start with a definition of resilient I got off of dictionary.com. It said to be resilient was to spring back, to return to the original form after being stretched, or to recover readily. And that's how we need to be if we are going to find success and not give up if we fluctuate or if an obstacle comes up. The first thing I'm going to recommend you do is to find support. You can find an accountability buddy, somebody you can check in with at the end of the day to see if you both did your workout or whatever. Someone who can hold you accountable for the decisions you make throughout the day. Another thing you can do is join some supportive Facebook groups. Like there's lots of supportive weight loss Facebook groups you can go and join. And there's lots of motivating posts and people putting their stories and helping each other out. Go ahead and join some of those. Or this is something I did with my family and it was really fun. We started our own Biggest Loser challenge. So it's a race to see who can lose the most weight in such and such a time. So what we did is everybody put $10 in or whatever, and we did 8 weeks, or I can't remember what it was exactly, but we picked a date that we weighed in at the beginning and we were gonna weigh in on this day, and whoever lost the most amount of weight, the biggest loser, they got this much money, and second place prize was this much money and whatever. And it was something that was fun, and we all made progress. It was fun and motivating. So you can get creative to find ways to find support and to be motivated. But one thing I'm going to touch on is you need to give yourself some grace. And what I mean by that is you need to be forgiving of yourself and give yourself some slack. Because fluctuations are going to happen, but in order to be able to keep trying and to have our resilient mindfulness, you're going to have to forgive yourself and give yourself some grace. Your birthday, there's always something that comes up to throw a kink into your plans or the progress you've made. Your birthday always comes up and someone buys you a big, beautiful ice cream cake, or you go on a family camping trip and you eat hot dogs for the weekend, or I found that I would bloat and fluctuate with my time of the month. And yeah, that went away in a few weeks, but when I measured in, it was really annoying. And I'm glad I could be resilient and didn't use that as a reason or excuse to make me want to quit. This is super awkward. But once I got small enough to a certain point, I noticed that I could gain half an inch or so if it was just time for me to go to the bathroom again, if you know what I mean. Fluctuations are going to happen. Some of them are beyond our control even. So we have to give ourselves a little bit of grace and make sure we're resilient. Like I said before, it takes approximately a month to break addictions. So we're going to have to be patient, and it's okay if things take a while. So remember this when you're implementing your plan you made in Module 3 to create your caloric deficit and to eliminate your kryptonite. Remember, it takes time. Like I said before, it took me about 8 months to lose 6.5 inches. I could have gone faster because I did deviate from my plan often enough anyway. It's okay. It's okay if it takes time. That's what I want you to remember. Another reason you should cut yourself some slack is you're up against a Mount Everest. Food stimulates the pleasure response in your brain, and your brain and your body is wired to crave pleasure. So food does that for you. So it's hard to say no. So it will take some practice and you'll have some slip-ups, but let's just keep trying again. Keep calm and try on. One other thing, you cannot hate yourself thin. Being disappointed with yourself doesn't motivate you. Let's be forgiving and get inspired instead. I learned a lot from this book called The Diet Trap. It's by Lily Jansen, Joanna, I don't know if it's Joanna Dahl. Sorry, Joanna. Sandra Wineland. But the quote here, treat yourself with loving kindness. Think of acting toward yourself as you might toward a cherished loved one who's struggling. So let's be kind to ourselves, continue in your pursuits to love yourself, and let's improve because we love our bodies and not because we hate them.